Hey guys, welcome back to Dad's Van. Today I'm going to be talking about diesel exhaust fluid, or DEF as it's referred to. And the 2018 Sprinter comes with a diesel exhaust fluid tank that's about 4.5 gallons. That's going to last, around 8,000 miles or so, depending on how you drive. And when you run out, you'll see there's a gauge on the instrument display panel that'll show it's running low, and when it runs too low, then the Sprinter is actually going to limit you to 16 starts before it will no longer start. So you want to get that filled, you want to keep it filled, and today I'll show you how to do that. So I'll show you where the DEF gauge is. So on the instrument control panel on the screen that tracks your mileage from start or from reset, if we scroll down then there's going to be a DEF tank gauge. It'll tell you how much DEF you have left. Here you can see we're running really low, that's why we're getting that warning message. And once the DEF level gets too low, you're going to get a warning from the computer that tells you that it's going to limit your starts of the vehicle to 16 before it'll no longer start. So when your DEF runs too low, it's time to stop and get it filled, which you can do at either a interstate truck stop. A lot of those have DEF fill-up stations. Or if you're not close to one of those, you can stop by your local auto parts store and pick some up, and that's what I'm going to show you today. Alright, so to get to the DEF reservoir to fill it up, first thing we got to do is pop the hood on a 2018 Sprinter that's on the driver's side, just inside the door. Pull that black handle. And to lift the hood from the front of the Sprinter, kind of reach in with your fingers. You'll feel there's a little lever just to the left as you're facing the front of the vehicle. You're going to push up on that and lift at the same time. And go ahead and lift this all the way up till that bracket over there clicks into place. And then you can let go and it'll hold up. Alright, depending on your model, your Sprinter, your DEF reservoir is going to be a different size. On a 2018 Sprinter, it's about 4.7 US gallons. So if you go to your local auto parts store, you want to make sure that you buy enough to get that filled up, depending on what your gauge is reading. So since ours is reading pretty much empty, I've gone ahead and bought 2 cases of blue DEF. These are about 2.5 gallons each, and that should allow us to fill this up all the way. Alright, so after opening up the hood, you want to locate the Def Reservoir Cap. On the 2018 Sprinter, it's clearly labeled with a blue cap, the words DEF on it. And just turn that clockwise, and it comes right off. Now, a lot of store-bought DEF is going to come with a large reservoir holding the fluid, and then usually a flexible tube like this that makes it a little easier to load it into the DEF reservoir in the Sprinter. Another suggestion, a lot of these brands with the nozzle, it's not going to make a perfect watertight seal, so you might get some dripping from around where the nozzle attaches to the tank here. So putting a towel out just to prevent that DEF from dripping all over the front of the van is a nice thing if you have one available. As you get close to full, you can start hearing the pitch get higher as the water or the DEF is going in. So kind of keep an ear out for that if you don't want it to overflow. Nice thing is there is a little bit of a rubber overflow cup that goes around the DEF tank. And if you do overflow, that'll just fill up with some DEF and you can kind of wipe it up. So here you can see how this cup caught the overflow as we were filling the tank. And if you want, you can just take a towel and go and soak up that extra DEF. If not, it'll just kind of dry and leave a white residue there. Not a big deal, but it's a good idea to just clean it up if you can. Alright, that's it. When you're done filling it up, make sure you recycle the cardboard and the plastic. Most brands are made out of recyclable plastic. And of course, reattach the Def cap by turning it clockwise until it locks in place. And then you can go back and check your gauge and you should be good to go. Alright, to close the hood, we're just going to give it a little bit of a push upwards. And then on this left side, we're going to push this bracket forward, and that's going to allow this to slide down. Alright, now after we've filled up the Def tank, I noticed immediately when turning it on that the warning message went away. And if we go over to the mileage screen, scroll down one, you can now see that the Def tank is reading full.